So what tools or strategies you implemented to help the team reach to their goal quickly? So in terms of the strategy side, what I have seen, smart onboarding. This is going to be one of the first strategies about every team members on board. It has to be done in a very smart way. Doesn't mean that only applications, but actually should be very efficient onboarding. So they feel smooth onboarding and get all the things they know to get it done. So number 2, goal setting very clearly. So they should be knowing what exactly they will be doing and what, by when and how as well too. Number 3, get them part of the candor cultures as fast as possible, so they feel brave to give feedback and feel comfortable to receive feedback as well too. Number 4 is about smart goals. Get them trained about smart goal settings, and not only just settings, help them to inspire them and partner with them to make sure that they are been using the smart goal in a regular manner and really follow through the goal. I've seen that a lot of companies, they set a smart goals and it's just a quarterly things, and employees basically open it up once in a quarter just to submit it back to human resources department. That's not the way it should be done, and that's not the way I do it too as well. Number 5 is about, we talk about workshop meetings. So I like to turn all the workshops meetings to workshop meetings. So basically one type of meeting is a tactical meeting, another type of meeting is about strategic meetings, and always going to avoid the meetings too. Number 5, building a really great coaching cultures, and not just expecting the leaders to coach, but actually train the manager with the train the trainer programs, so they are being well equipped to create the coaching and mentoring the team members. Number 7, the goal is about letting the employees, new team member and existing managers to know the managers here not to stick on the people. Managers are here to help, coach and inspire and guide to the team to become successful. And number 7 is about cultures of productivity, which is about comes to different type of tools. Taking great notes is a great tools as well too. Writing email with the right tones is a great tones as well too. Because an example, the way we write the emails, it could send out completely different message. So there is a lot of great wording, a lot of sharing could be done as well too, which we could be done in the future episode as well too. But it's about taking notes, communications, and using different right tools through the communications will be very efficient in the work. Pedro, do you want to add?
Yeah, I will pick the last and the first. Okay. So about the communication, the way that we write the mails, full agree. I mentioned it before. Is a very basic tool that normally organizations just ignore it. If you know how to do it, how you can really, the way that you share the information, that you request something to the other, the way that you write, the tone can change dramatically the effectiveness of the message. This is something that the organizations really need to take care more and just not ignore it. And if you see around, you will realize easily that most of the people really don't know how to do, how to write an email, how to do it. Don't take care at all about this, and this has a really negative impact in the way that the organizations work. Picking the first that you mentioned about onboarding, I also agree with you. It's very common that the organizations took a lot of time and effort to hire the right resources. And the day that the employees started, nothing is prepared for that. Nobody received, no laptop, no internet, no telephone, no nothing. Even no any guidance about what is expected, which means that from the early beginning they start in the wrong way. Yeah.
And even so most of the time they got like no handover of the previous person or from another team member as well to just figure it out all, right?
Yeah. So even the newcomer has no clue what is expected from him.
Exactly.
So it's really very basic, but I see tons of examples how wrong this can be. So of course, then you mentioned also about the workshops, the meetings. there is always a work to be done on that sense, in terms of organization, in terms of objectives, clear targets for when we do the meetings. Also very common in the organizations, lot of meetings that are not productive at all because there is no guidance, no orientation, no objectives, and also no minutes meeting at the end, which means the basics also about communication and effectiveness of these meetings are really very common, and we see that it fails a lot. Yeah. Coaching and mentoring, just to mention the last of the topics that you mentioned. Honestly, I don't believe that you train someone to be a coach or a mentor if he has no basic skills for that.
Right.
And also it's a very common mistake in the organizations. Just because you have managers working there since many years, you believe that you can reshape the way that they do, and you can pick an old manager and train him to be a coach. Forget. If the basic skills are not there, you will never ever be a good coach or a good mentor. Because coaching and mentoring, of course, you can train personally, but or you have it in your basic skills or you don't have it. And of course, you know that in the organization, sometimes you have a lot of managers that are older in the company, and when they were hired, it was not a topic.
Right.
So they are very effective. It's not saying that they are not good, but it was not a topic at that time. So they don't have this behavior or these preparations. So if you pretend that you can change this, sorry, according to my experience, is very difficult. Then you are forcing something that is not natural. Then you have these famous feedback rounding sessions quarterly or year after year. And this is very much fake, as I told you before. So much better that you really focus on the people in the organization that has the capability to do a proper coaching, mentoring, and do with that people. Don't try to expand to everybody because it will be not feasible. It will not work.
Right. That's exactly, not everyone can be trained to be coach. That's not possible. It needs some character trait as well too. Because the way I see that, 50% of us, we can program ourselves, which is malware, and 50% of ourselves is like hardware. So we have, like you mentioned, that there's a lot of people coming from different generations in the companies. They probably are not interested to be a coach as well. If they're not interested even a coach, even they have a character trait, they could never be a coach as well too. So now, what it comes to me when I'm building a team, it's my responsibility and my preference that what is the team I should have. So then my hiring strategy is well aligned, what kind of team I want to build, and also has to have a strategy for like you mentioned, Pedro, that a group of people probably coming from another generation and they've been in a company for a really long time and they've been great doing jobs too. So it's not about letting them go, but also being the safeguard and let them work on their strengths and not try to push them and poke around to their weaknesses and tell them to turn into a strength as well, which is definitely a good idea.